Decades of evidence indicates that high-quality early childhood education positively affects the learning and life outcomes of young children, especially those from vulnerable populations. Yet studies on instructional quality in publicly funded programs nationally reveals that few programs implement high-quality programming. To date, improvement efforts have focused primarily on what occurs within the classroom. Researchers at the Ounce of Prevention Fund, in partnership with the University of Chicago Consortium on School Research, are working to broaden the definition of quality in early education. We want to include the organizational conditions, the climate and culture surrounding practice that has been shown to improve education settings. The result is a breakthrough new measurement system, Early Education Essentials, which allows leaders to measure the health of their organizational conditions and, by focusing on those conditions, strengthen them to enable continuous quality improvement. Early Education Essentials evolved from the K through 12th grade 5 essential surveys and framework. Researchers adapted that framework to include a 6th essential, Parent Voice, and they also adapted the existing teacher survey and created a brand new parent survey. After confirming the reliability and validity of the surveys, our challenge was to design and test tools to help leaders use their survey data to strengthen their organizational conditions. We created data use and rapid cycle improvement tools that empower leaders working collaboratively with their staff to build shared understanding of the essentials and a vision for organizational quality, review survey data and guide collective action, and drive change through sustained cycles of improvement and professional learning. The data use and rapid cycle improvement tools were tested in both school and community-based preschool settings. Early Education Essentials surveys were administered to teachers, staff, and parents at test sites. Afterwards, leaders received an Early Education Essentials survey report and data use and improvement tools. They then identified organizational strengths and weaknesses, brainstormed root causes of those weaknesses, and together with their staff, determined small changes to test out. Early Education Essentials survey data, combined with the data use and improvement tools, empowered leaders and staff to share responsibility for excellence and engage in collective action for positive change. Learnings highlighted the power of survey data, which underscored the importance of having data specifically on the preschool program and the perceptions and relational trust among preschool leaders, teachers, and families. The power of the data use and improvement tools, which kept discussions organized, upbeat, and focused on action, provoked reflection and respect for different perspectives, and motivated staff and leaders to work together. The power of collective action, which created a school program-wide unity of purpose, improved school program climate and morale, and expanded their interest in professional growth and change.
I would recommend the Early Ed Essentials to other early childhood programs because I think it's a really strong framework for helping teachers and administrators understand the context for what is happening and also understand an accountable process for change that I think doesn't feel overwhelming for teachers, feels really empowering for teachers and feels empowering for leaders as well to really be the facilitator and not necessarily the driver of change.
I think the key thing is accountability. Like, it gives us all the responsibility to do what we can do in our classroom, collaborate with each other, support each other, and then that kind of trickles down to supporting the families and supporting the children in the classroom.
Another learning was that it was often difficult for leaders and teachers to find the time to engage in collaborative data use and improvement cycles. Moving forward, school districts and community organizations need to allocate resources and align policies to support school program-wide improvement efforts. Policies should specifically focus on strengthening program-level organizational conditions and, in particular, the capacity of leaders and staff to engage in routine professional collaboration and cycles of improvement. Early Education Essentials teacher, staff, and parent surveys, as well as the data use and improvement tools, are now available nationwide for purchase and use. The OUNS and UChicago Consortium continue their research on the early education essentials, including exploring an adaptation for infant-toddler center-based settings. Early education essentials surveys provide a cost-effective and efficient way to gain staff and parent perspectives on an organization's climate and conditions. Years of K through 12th grade 5 essentials survey use has shown that schools strong on at least 3 of these essentials are 10 times more likely to substantially improve student engagement and achievement in reading and math. New research in early education confirms that scores on the early education essentials surveys are directly related to the quality of teacher-child interactions and children's attendance outcomes. When used together, early education essentials and K through 12th grade 5 essentials surveys provide a clear roadmap to understanding and strengthening organizational climate and conditions for improvement across the education continuum.